Are you ready for the biggest super full moon of 2024? October's moon is the brightest and the biggest moon of all of 2024, and that means that we can expect big revelations. During this October full moon, ask for clarity, and this one is intense, not just because it's the biggest super full moon, which means that its effects will be stronger on the collective consciousness, on your own energy field, but also in my October energy update, I explained that the timelines are shifting. And so this October full moon is going to bring a lot of light into your choices, into what timeline you want to be involved in. In this video, I'm going to share the messages from Goddess Kali Ma about these timeline changes and shifts. We'll jump into the astrology transits of this super full moon on October 17th. And then we'll end with 3 ways to work with this super full moon. Hey, welcome if you're new here. My name is IamSolTara. I'm a medium and I share alchemy practices from Atlantis and ancient Egypt. If that resonates with you, I invite you to subscribe. I want to start the video by sharing messages from Goddess Kali Ma, because right now we are at a big crux point in terms of the fate of humanity. The next 5 years are going to be challenging. October was just one of the previews of that. And there's many reasons why this is happening, but the basic reason is because humanity has been taking too much time to evolve, and we're getting pushed to really evolve. Think about your own spiritual journey. How did you get into wanting to learn who you are, wanting to learn how to heal yourself? It most likely happened through a painful experience. So humanity will be faced with a series of painful choices in order for us to choose the next path for humanity, because right now we're moving through an evolution of consciousness, and these 5 years are like a tiny little millimeter compared to what's gonna come in store in the next era that we're entering, a new era of planetary and human collective consciousness that we are birthing now. So for those of you who are not familiar, Goddess Kali Ma is a Hindu goddess. She's the Hindu goddess of creation, destruction, and empowerment. So she has a lot of fiery energy, and it was so appropriate that she came in during this fiery Aries full moon. And it's fiery for many reasons, which I'll discuss in the astrology transits. But first, let's explore Kali Ma's messages. Kali Ma said, become aware of the choices you are presented with now. 2020 was a big choice point, and now you are at a big point of your evolution. You always have a choice for how you respond. During the pandemic, all of us were forced to stay in our homes. Some people chose to eat a bunch of unhealthy food, binge watch TV all the time. Some other people chose to do inner work. Some people chose to heal their relationships. Other people chose to get divorces. I am not saying one way is right or wrong. Everyone has their own free will. What Goddess Kali Ma is referring to is that we get to choose which timelines we're on. If you have been doing your inner work and focusing on healing yourself, on focusing on being more mindful and aware and expanding your consciousness, now you have reaped new opportunities that have unfolded for you. Take a moment right now and reflect on who you were in 2020. Almost a completely different person, right? And here's a specific quote from Kali Ma. Many of you are stuck in paradigms that were designed to control you. The door is open now, and it's your choice whether you will walk through it. The period of revelation is now. You must be responsible for your choices. One of the things that came up as I was preparing for this video, connecting with Kali Ma, is that we have a fear of our power because it's scary to create something. And I struggle with this myself, and I asked her, hey, Goddess Kali Ma, how were you able to connect and embrace with your power? And she said that she had no choice. And I think that's a pretty clear, obvious reason why she's the goddess of empowerment. So if you're having trouble feeling disempowered, feeling hopeless right now, connect with Goddess Kali Ma, because she will fuel you with that fire of vitality, but of empowerment as well. She also mentioned that right now it's time to shake things up and let go of your fears, because remember, as you are starting to align with your highest timeline, you can't be in a space of doubt, you can't be in a space of confusion, of fears, because immediately that will shift you onto a different timeline. And so for this special super full moon, we are hosting a full moon ritual and meditation with goddess Kali Ma, where we are going to burn the cords. We don't just have cords with people, but we also have cords to emotions like self-doubt, like self-sabotage, like fear. And one of the biggest misconceptions is that you cut the cord. I used to think that too, until my alchemy teacher taught me that you actually have to burn and dissolve the cords. For this super full moon ritual meditation, we are going to burn the cords with any thoughts, with any emotions, with any relationships that are limiting our growth, that are limiting our ability to connect with our power. And one of the basic things about energy is that energy can't be created or destroyed, and you have to replace it with something. And that's why we're going to do an alchemy ritual to fill up the void of those dissolved cords, to attract more harmonious relationships. We're going to do this with goddess Kali Ma. You will have the opportunity to connect directly with Kali Ma and ask her questions so that you can receive clarity and guidance. And one of my favorite things I will do is we are going to do an invocation with Kali Ma to call our power back, because I know right now we're going through a very challenging situation individually, within our families, within our homes, within our communities. So we're gonna call our power back. If you want to join us for this full moon ritual meditation, you can get more information in the description of this video. And this is open to all experienced and new meditators, because we don't do this from an ego space. You are going to connect directly with your soul, with your higher self, and they will guide you through that experience. And guess what? This is not your first rodeo. You've done this a whole bunch of times, and that's why this is open to all levels. I hope to see you there. This is one of the most beautiful messages from Kali Ma that came through. A new dawn is here, and it's your choice if you will embrace it or continue to choose the previous dynamics, belief systems, and structures that got you to where you are. This is something that my guides have been telling me over and over and over since 2020. And that is that a new dawn is here. Some people refer to it as the golden age of Aquarius, a new earth, a new age, whatever you want to refer it to. My spirit guides call it a new dawn. And so this awakening, this light is returning back to the earth. Right now, our solar system is starting to move through the photon belt again. The last time this happened was 12,000 years ago in Atlantis. So this is where we have to make sure that we don't choose the fate of Atlantis, where we choose to destroy ourselves, but rather we can choose a new path forward. This new dawn is truly a new era of freedom, where we are being liberated as souls. And I know that on the external level, it doesn't look like an era of freedom, because now there's online censorship, there's so many whistleblowers going to jail, there's so many different things that are cracking down on our freedoms. But guess what? That's just how the universe works. We live in a dualistic reality where polarity exists. So as you have freedom, you also have the opposing constriction, limitations trying to push on each other. But that is why you are here. That's why you are practicing Golden Age alchemy, where you are learning to transmute the way that humans have been evolving on this planet, but actually we can start to evolve beyond duality, beyond good and bad, pain and pleasure, but choosing to evolve now through expansion. Now let's explore the astrology transits. This is a super full moon in Aries, in tropical and in sidereal astrology. So this Aries fiery energy will be amplified because a super full moon means that the moon is closer to Earth, so its energy is much stronger, as well as its influence. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, so it's all about new beginnings, being bold, and connecting with your leadership. You have to focus on this creation energy that Aries is bringing in by focusing on what new habits, what new belief systems, what new relationship dynamics you have to build. And because Aries has so much fire, it has so much vitality. Use that extra vitality to ensure that you have the tenacity to move forward with actually sticking to these new habits, these new belief systems that you're going to be starting off with this full moon. I know typically full moons are a time of releasing, but this time it's about releasing and also manifesting. It's fascinating because as I was preparing for this video, my guys were telling me to look at the bull, and I looked at November, and November we actually have the last super full moon of 2024, and guess what sign it's in? It's in Taurus, the bull. The super full moon in October is going to be connected directly to the super full moon in November. So work with that Taurus strength, tenacity, and focus to stick with these new habits, because we're gonna be going through it. It's not just because it's the American election season, but also remember, Pluto is stationing permanently in Aquarius for the first time in 200 years in November. And so this is gonna bring up a lot of revolution and energy, and I'm gonna talk about that in a second. It's going to bring a lot of changes and shifts in our political environments and in our social environments as people are going to start to demand more power back. So in order for you to be stable during these last 3 months of 2024, which are going to be rocky, they are going to be a roller coaster ride, work with these 2 super full moons to create the new habits, belief systems, and relationship dynamics that will help you to create stability. Even though November technically has not happened yet, it already has happened because the past, present, future are all happening at the same time. So already during this October Aries full moon, start to connect with the full moon in Taurus from November and bring in that patience, bring in that stability from Taurus the bull, in order for you to actually create stability, alignment, centeredness, groundedness right now during these chaotic times, because Aries can be very impulsive, impatient, and that's just going to cause unnecessary issues with you. The other fascinating astrological transit that we have that's not an accident, it's divinely supported. Aries, E-R-I-S, that's the planet, not Aries the zodiac, and Chiron are going to be exactly aligned with this super full moon. Aries is the sister of Mars. Mars is the planet of war, aggression, it's fiery. Aries, you can imagine being the sister of Mars, is also quite passionate. It's very fiery, it's very raw, it's uncompromising, it's bold. The expanded aspect of Aries is that she wants equality and justice for all, and she's very bold in making that happen. The contracted, not negative, contracted expression of Aries is that she can be forceful and force changes to happen, and she can be uncompromising in a way that she only wants change to happen in one specific way. So be mindful of where you are forcing change in your life. The other contracted aspect of Aries is that she can feel resentful, but this is where you have to start to connect with the Chiron energy. Chiron is known as the wounded healer, and sometimes we can be resentful towards our work or towards our friends or in a particular relationship, but you have to pause. It's very important to pause, because this Aries, A-R-I-E-S, Aries the zodiac, is very impulsive, right? It doesn't like to pause and stop to think, it just acts. So you don't want to ruin a relationship by being resentful. You want to pause and explore, where's this resentment coming from? Is there a deeper wound underneath this resentment? And that's what Chiron is going to help you to identify. What is that underlying cause of the resentment? And it's important for you to be very mindful of this, because Aries, E-R-I-S, the planet, she is currently retrograde. So that's why you have to be extra introspective. And another reason why we are divinely supported is because Aries, the planet, she is going direct and ends her retrograde on January 11th. In 2024, she did that, and in 2025, she's doing that as well. And guess what? 111, that's January 11th. That's the 111 portal. 1 in numerology represents alignment, new beginnings, and this is just referring to the theme that Kali Ma said at the beginning of this video. It's a new dawn. So Aries is showing us the big picture. Aries is an outer planet, so it takes her a long time to make these transits, and it's no accident that it's happening during this portal of new beginnings, and the fact that she's connected to justice and equality for all. I know that as empaths, as light workers, as alchemists, as healers, whatever you identify yourself with, I know that it's painful to witness the injustices happening in this world, and it's part of the purge that's happening. And we are not just divinely supported from Aries, but we're divinely supported by so many spirit guides, so many angels that are bringing balance, equality back to our planet. And that's what these timelines are so crucial, that you play a key part. Every choice that you make, yes, you're making it for yourself, but you're also making it for the collective. So be mindful of the timelines that you're choosing. Choose freedom, choose empowerment, and anytime you're giving your power away, call it back. These are 3 ways to work with the super full moon. 1, focus on vitality. Aries represents that vital life force. So I know that right now we're going through it. There's a lot to handle in your daily life, in the collective. It seems like things are falling apart and there's chaos everywhere. But you have to be tenacious. You have to be resilient. The way you do that is by connecting with the vitality from Aries. How do you practically do that in your life? You have to find things that right now gives you vitality. Is it a specific essential oil that just lifts up your mood or brings you focus, gives you more awareness? Is it a specific crystal that you need to be working with right now? Is there a playlist that you can listen to really give you vitality? And if you're watching this, you're not just doing this self-healing work, self-awareness work for yourself. I know that you're doing this for your lineage. I know that you're doing this for the collective, for your community. And that's why this is tiring, because what we are clearing for ourselves, the self-doubt, the self-sabotage, the fear, the whatever it is, we are also clearing that for the collective at one level. So that's why it's tiring. And that's why this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. So you have to nourish yourself with vitality. And every month, focus on what's bringing vitality into your life. One of the ways that will help you to harness vitality is by breathing with the sun. Go out in the morning, greet the sun, breathe in all of its life force through the palms of your hands, because we have chakras in our hands. Breathe that life force and vitality into your energy field, into your cells, into your body. Also, you can work with Kali Ma to burn and dissolve any distortions, any unnecessary obstacles that may be on your path. That's how I started to work with Kali Ma. She taught me to be in my power, and that I necessarily don't need to deal with all the challenges that life has to bring me, because some of those are also distortions and distractions that prevent us from walking on our soul's purpose. So work with Kali Ma also to remove any unnecessary distortions that are going to reduce your vitality. The second way to work with this full moon is by finding a creative outlet. If you hold too much fire, you're gonna burn yourself from the inside out. So you have to find an outlet to express this. So find a creative outlet. Maybe right now you need to start going to kickboxing, or maybe you need to start joining a dance class. Find a creative outlet that will let you release all of this excess energy you're holding on to. You can also start to paint, start to draw, start to sing. Just do anything that lets you express yourself. Maybe now is your time to build a business and express your creativity out through a business. One of the other things I heard from my spirit guides is flow with the intensity. Don't resist it. Right now, we are entering the peak of a 5-year solar cycle. So things are going to get intense, things are going to change, and they are supposed to change, right? That's what we've all been asking for our world to change, and now it's actually happening, and it doesn't look pretty, but that's what transformation is like. Transformation doesn't look pretty in the moment, but remember, it's that rebirth, that phoenix that arises from the ashes. What will help you to become that phoenix getting in tune with that Phoenix energy is expressing your creativity, right? That's the divine feminine energy flowing through you. Create changes in your routines, create changes to your eating habits, maybe start to move more. Create a change to your moving habits, create a change to your spiritual practices. Bring this new energy in and actually create with it. And my guys show me this visual. I don't play video games, but for some reason they keep showing me video game visuals. So in some video games, you know how like when you step into a circle, it powers up your avatar, your game character, or it will start to accelerate their healing process. So that's what we have to do. In order for us to step into our power, we have to find that thing that becomes that recharging port. So could this be that you're starting to paint again? Could this be that you're starting to write poetry again? Could this mean that you're starting to take trips now? It doesn't necessarily have to be a big trip. You can take a small road trip. But it's really important for you to focus on that so that you can build your resilience and vitality, but also to open up your channel to receive the next steps that will unfold for you. This is a great time for you to return to a passion project that you put a pause to. Maybe you started a photography project or you started a family project. Now is the time to return back to that so you can recharge yourself. And the last thing that you can do is practice deep breathing. Most people ignore the power of the breath. The breath is one of the most powerful technologies available to us, and we are getting hit with so many solar flares right now. It's also a super full moon, so of course your nervous system is going to be on overdrive. So breathe deeply to bring more alignment, to bring more centeredness, and a regular steady flow of energy throughout all of your body and your nervous system. We did a survey of our Golden Age Alchemy community, and we asked 369 of you, what is the number one thing that's stressing you out? And you all mentioned that money is the number one thing that's stressing you out. And because I know that a lot of spiritual people who are on this path of awareness, they have a lot of stories about money, how it's not pure, how it's not spiritual, you can't have both. And this is simply a lie that we were programmed with. And so to help you to deal with this number one issue that you're facing, we are hosting a money alchemy class. I have never taught a class outside of the Alchemy Academy since January 2021, and this is the last public class that I'm going to teach. So this money alchemy program, it's actually made up by 3 parts. The first part is on October 20th. This is a live class where we'll get together on Zoom and we'll explore a 7-step emotional alchemy process for how you can actually change your money habits, how you can actually change your money beliefs using a 7-step emotional alchemy process. So the goal is for you to start to use that process, and then on November 10th, right before the 11/11 portal, we are going to teach a money alchemy class for you to learn specific high magic energy practices that you can use to attract more abundance into your life. But also, most importantly, in that class, you're going to learn to get to the root cause, and that is your beliefs and your habits around money. How do you actually start to transform those? So this is a 2-part class. It starts on October 20th, and the second class is on November 10th. And to help you to make sure that these habits truly stick, you're going to get access to our special meditation vault 2.0 that I just finished re-recording. This meditation vault was designed after a Harvard study that proved that meditation changes your brain in 8 weeks. It's a 8-week meditation program with daily meditations that will get you to rewire your brain so that you can actually start to be more mindful, more aware, and change your money habits, but change your overall habits so that you can be healthier, more peaceful, more calm. Especially, we all need this as we're going to be navigating these turbulent times. If you want to sign up for this money alchemy program, you can sign up and get more details in the description of this video. I hope to see you at our money alchemy class or at our full moon ritual meditation with Goddess Kali Ma. I am wishing you an empowering full moon. Remember to call your energy back anytime that you're getting distracted by what's happening externally. Thank you for your comments, thank you for your likes, and thank you for sharing this.